my bedsheets smell like you. Every discovery, something brand new. I'm in love with your body.
The Milkor MGL multiple grenade launcher is a lightweight 40mm 6-shot revolver-type grenade launcher. Variations also fire 37-38mm, developed and manufactured in South Africa by Milkor Pty Limited. The MGL was demonstrated as a concept to the South African Defence Force (SADF) in 1981. The operating principle was immediately accepted and subjected to a stringent qualification program. The MGL was then officially accepted into service with the SADF as the Y2. After its introduction in 1983, the MGL was gradually adopted by the armed forces in law enforcement organizations of over 50 countries. Total production since 1983 has been more than 50,000 units. The MGL is a multiple-shot weapon intended to significantly increase a small squad's fire rugged and reliable. It uses the well-proven revolver principle to achieve a high rate of accurate fire which can be rapidly brought to bear on a target. A variety of rounds such as heat, anti-riot baton, irritant, and pyrotechnic can be loaded and fired as fast as the trigger can be pulled. The cylinder can be loaded or unloaded rapidly to maintain a high rate of fire. Although intended primarily for offensive and defensive use with high explosive rounds, with appropriate ammunition, the launcher is suitable for anti-riot and other security operations. A newly patented the MGL is a low-velocity, shoulder-fired 40mm grenade launcher with a 6-round spring-driven revolver-style magazine capable of accepting most 40x46mm grenades. The spring-driven cylinder rotates automatically while firing, but it must be wound back up after every reloading. The MGL grenade launcher consists of a lightweight, progressively rifled steel barrel, side assembly, frame with firing mechanism, spring-actuated revolving cylinder magazine, and a folding stock. The weapon has a fire selector safety switch just above the rear pistol grip which can be operated from either side. The launcher cannot be accidentally discharged if dropped. The launcher is loaded by releasing the cylinder access pin and swinging the steel frame away from the cylinder. The rear of the cylinder, including the pistol grip, is unlatched and pivoted counterclockwise the fingers into the empty chambers and rotating the aluminum cylinder. It is then wound against its driving spring. The grenades are then inserted into the chambers, one by one. Because the cylinder cannot be removed, the frame closed, and the access pin re-engaged to lock. When the trigger is pressed, a double action takes place, and the firing pin is cocked and released to fire the grenade. Gas pressure on a piston unlocks the cylinder and allows the spring to rotate it until the next chamber is aligned with the firing pin, whereupon the next round can be fired. If a misfire occurs, the trigger can be pulled repeatedly. The Y2, amongst other models, is equipped with the arms and occluded eye gun sight. Excitation needed a collimator sight which provides a single aiming post. The shooter aims with both eyes open, and the post is superimposed onto the target, both being in focus. The egg on the Y2 is 100 meters. It is also fitted with Tritium Illumination for low-light operation which has a life of at least 10 years. The range quadrant is graduated in 25 meters and each MGL is supplied with a sling, a cleaning kit and a user's manual. Several upgrades were made to the original design in the last decade. After over 12 years of production and more than a decade of user feedback from different countries around the world, it became evident that a redesign of some component groups would make the weapon even more user-friendly and reliable, while at the same time simplifying maintenance. This development, known as the MGL Mk1, was introduced to the market in 1996. All weapons previously supplied can be upgraded to the Mk1 configuration. Parts, such as the steel barrel, are interchangeable with a minimum of workshop modifications involving a few special tools and cutting dies. 2 product-improved variants were introduced in 2004. The first is the Mk1s, which replaces the aluminum frame of the Mk1 with a stronger stainless steel body, a convention, and Picatinny rail support at the top, sides and bottom of the forend. The second variant is the Mk1L, with the same features as the Mk1s, but with a 140mm, 5.5 in, long cylinder to fit special-purpose grenades such as tear gas canisters and less lethal impact rounds that are too long to fit in the other model's shorter cylinder. The Mk1L also features a sliding buttstock, loading 40mm grenades into USMC M32 launcher. In 2006, the Milkor 37-38mm multiple anti-riot (MAR) replaced the 40mm less lethal YEMA. The MAR is largely identical to other MGL models, but is adapted to fire standard 37-38mm less lethal riot control rounds available today. The Milkor Super 6 MRGL multi-range grenade launcher was developed in 2012. New recoil reduction system, redesigned stock, strengthened construction and new optics. The Super 6 MRGL is capable of firing a wide range of standard, low velocity (LV) and medium velocity (MV) munitions, which enables the user to engage a wider range of targets than possible with previous launchers, with a maximum range of 800 to 1200 meters. Rounds can be fired in rapid succession of 6 rounds in less than 3 seconds, operator-dependent, and has a standard 6-shot area coverage of at least 20 meters x 60 meters. Milkor USA Incorporated is an American company that produces copies of the Milkor MGL. Milkor, Pty. Limited has no affiliation or working relationship with Milkor USA. Milkor USA previously produced the Mk1s as the MGL 105 and the Mk1L as the M, both referring to their respective chamber lengths. File Marines are training with M32 grenade launcher. OGV. A video of U.S. Marines training with the M32A1 in 2005. The United States Marine Corps procured 200 MGL 140s, designated as the M32 multi-shot grenade launcher, M32 MGL or M32 MSGL. They were initially field tested in 2006. The M32 is equipped with the M2A1 reflex sight and AAA battery-powered sight with infrared settings for night operations. Its elevation adjusts in 25-meter increments and compensates for drift, and its casing features a Picatinny rail on top. In 2014, Milkor USA dropped the MGL 105 and MGL 140 and introduced a shorter-barreled variant, the M32A1. Despite the shorter barrel, 8 inches instead of 12, it weighs the same as the M32 because its receiver, stock and other parts of the weapon were strengthened in anticipation of higher-pressure medium-velocity rounds sought by United States Special Operations Command. The M32A1 has been adopted by the U.S. Marine Corps as the M32A1 multi-shot grenade launcher and by USACM as the Mk14 Mod 0.